Spoilers ahead. Watch out, and take care. The movie begins in Tegucigalpa, Honduras, in 2013. Roberto Aguilar is a struggling father striving to provide for his two children, Miguel and Rocio. Their lives take an unexpected turn when Katie Giselle, a former beauty queen, crosses their path, offering a glimmer of hope to escape the clutches of poverty. Drawn by the promise of a better life, Roberto agrees to let Giselle sign up his children with the child modeling agency. The unfolding narrative leads the trio to a pivotal moment, when Giselle escorts Miguel and Rocio to a mysterious photo shoot location. At the entrance, a door separates Roberto from his kids, as Giselle insists that only models are permitted beyond. With a mix of apprehension and determination, Roberto bids farewell, leaving his children under her supervision. As the story unfolds, Giselle becomes a guiding force, introducing Miguel and Rocio to the enchanting world of modeling. Through a series of captivating photo shoots, the children not only discover the art of posing, but also find themselves growing in confidence, and reveling in the joy of the unexpected journey. Their dreams take flight as they envision a future as renowned models, mirroring the success that Giselle has achieved, a rare opportunity in the backdrop of their humble origins. The suspense heightens as Roberto, returning with anticipation to the studio where he left his children, is met with silence. Frustration boils over as he pounds on the door, only to find an eerie emptiness within. The once vibrant space is now dark and devoid of any trace of Miguel and Rocio. Panicking, his desperate knocks on neighbors' doors yield no response, plunging him into a sense of helplessness. Racing into the shadowy streets, he searches frantically for any sign of his missing children. Meanwhile, across the ocean in California, a disturbing scene unfolds. A man casually navigates a hidden website, treating the selection of children as though he's shopping for merchandise on Amazon. Unbeknownst to him, Tim Ballard, a determined special agent with the Homeland Security Investigations Unit, is meticulously monitoring his activities. This predator, unaware of the watchful eyes on him, continues to peruse his illicit virtual marketplace. Tim Ballard, joined by his vigilant colleague, takes swift action. They infiltrate the residence of Ernest Oshinsky, the perpetrator behind the ominous online activities. In the tension-filled moment, Chris covertly enters Ernest's lair, while the predator remains absorbed in his dark pursuit. As Ernest continues his disturbing pursuit on the computer, an unsettling noise disrupts the silence of his living room. Wrestling with uncertainty, he brushes it off, and immerses himself in the horrifying images on the screen. Suddenly, his sanctuary is shattered, as his bedroom door bursts open, and an agent tackles him to the ground. Tim and Chris, the vigilant agents from Homeland Security, initiate a thorough search of the residence. Their investigation leads them to a chilling discovery, a library filled with folders containing images of youngsters in distressing poses. Tim, confronted with the stark evidence, immerses himself in the task at hand. The disturbing videos depicting the abuse take an emotional toll on him, triggering haunting thoughts of his own family. Driven by a profound sense of duty, he is propelled to take decisive action, and rescue these vulnerable victims. He chooses to confront Oshinsky in a private conversation, outside the confines of a jail cell. Opening up about his own internal struggles, Tim reveals that he too has faced hidden desires, but opted to suppress them. Seeking a connection, he attempts to find common ground with Oshinsky. A sly grin appears on Oshinsky's face as he stands alone in his cell, perhaps deluding himself into believing he has found an unexpected ally. Tim, determined and resolute, approaches his boss with a bold plan, requesting time to see it through to completion. With a week granted for the mission, the stage is set for a tense and gripping resolution, as Tim endeavors to bring justice to the victims, and confront the darkness that lurks within the shadows. The next day, Tim, seemingly having granted Oshinsky his freedom, escorts him home. As they sit at the kitchen table, Tim broaches a surprising proposition. While offering to drop the charges against him, Tim makes it clear that he expects a favor in return for this apparent act of generosity. Expressing a need for assistance to fulfill his own aspirations, Tim discloses his desire for Oshinsky to leverage his connections to find a young boy, a crucial element to realizing his dreams. The next day, Oshinsky takes steps to execute Tim's request. Unbeknownst to him, Homeland Security is closely monitoring his every move, armed with incriminating evidence. In the evening, Tim and Oshinsky meet at a local diner. As a gesture of goodwill, Oshinsky hands Tim a book, inside which is a picture of a boy named Miguel, Roberto's son. Tim's initial smile shifts to confusion, then disbelief, and finally, understanding. The tranquility of the diner is shattered as red and blue lights illuminate the surroundings from the outside parking lot. The next day, Tim positions himself at the Mexican border, awaiting the arrival of Oshinsky's contact. Despite outwardly maintaining a facade of normalcy, his intuition tells him otherwise. Swiftly, the contact is apprehended on the spot. Tim opens the back door of the van, revealing a frightened boy. Reassuring him that safety awaits, Tim takes the boy for a burger, aiming to forge a connection. During their meal, Tim shares his name, Timoto, in Spanish. The boy's surprised as he reveals his sister had given him a pendant with the name Timoto, symbolizing the rescuer of children. Intrigued, Tim inquires about the boy's sister. The boy recounts a harrowing tale. They had been confined in a shipping container months ago, shipped to the port of Carta by boat, and now he is unaware of her whereabouts. Taking decisive action, Tim arranges for the boy's father to fly in for a long-awaited reunion. At the airport, emotions soar as the boy spots his father in the crowd, and races into his arms. Overflowing with gratitude, he expresses heartfelt thanks to Tim, his unexpected savior. Before parting ways, the boy bestows upon Tim the pendant, a poignant token of appreciation, sealing their bond with a tight hug. Yet, the shadow of Rocio, the boy's sister, lingers in the distance, grappling with the unknown and facing challenges beyond imagination. The dawn of a new day finds Tim grappling with an unyielding determination to do more. The revelation that the boy he rescued has a missing sister fuels an intensified resolve within him. Tearfully pleading his case, Tim convinces his boss, albeit reluctantly, to allow him to embark on a mission beyond the confines of official duty. With a heartfelt farewell to his wife, Tim boards a plane bound for the southern border. There, he connects with a fellow officer, who holds the key to finding Rocio, the missing sister of Miguel. Their journey leads them to a figure named Vampiro, a former cartel member with intricate knowledge of trafficking. Tim unfolds an audacious plan to rescue 50 children, enlisting the support of a wealthy citizen, Paulo Delgado. Posing as affluent hosts, they will throw a lavish party, ready to spend generously to extricate them from peril. Vampiro, in turn, reaches out to El Calacas, a contact capable of sourcing youngsters for their operation. Misled by the false promises of indulgent American tourists, El Calacas unwittingly sets the stage for surveillance, unknowingly guiding them to a network that includes Giselle, the woman responsible for deceiving Roberto. As Tim's boss Frost grows frustrated with the gradual progress on foreign soil, the cover can no longer be sustained. Declaring an end to the operation, he urges Tim to return home. Faced with uncertainty, Tim seeks counsel from his wife, who suggests a radical change. The next day, he makes a life-altering decision, resigning from his job to pursue a path that aligns with his newfound purpose: save the children. Later in the day, Paulo, experiencing a change of heart, visits Tim's hotel room, expressing a newfound willingness to help. Paulo and Vampiro join forces to craft a daring plan. Paulo would acquire an island, masquerading as a venue for a grand party, creating the perfect cover to bring together a significant number of kids and traffickers. The objective is clear: orchestrate a law enforcement raid to rescue kids and apprehend the traffickers. With the island's papers signed, the plan unfolds. El Calacas and their connection to the traffickers are presented with the enticing concept of an extravagant party. El Calacas, enticed by the prospect of dealing with wealthy individuals, eagerly captures images of the island to share with his contacts. Notorious Giselle agrees to provide the kids for the party. Vampiro introduces Giselle to Paulo, and the intricate details of the event are discussed. The brilliance of the plan lay in the inescapable trap set on the island, ensuring the traffickers' capture, and a successful operation of rescue. As surveillance is established, the police force strategically position themselves in speedboats on the opposite side of the island. However, a significant hurdle emerges when the kids finally arrive. They are significantly fewer than promised. Giselle assures Tim the rest are en route. In a quick decision, Tim radios the police force commander, urging patience, and directing them to isolate one man from the group without handcuffing him, creating the illusion that he is the informant. As a distant boat approaches the island, signaling the imminent arrival of the remaining, Tim orchestrates the next move. With precision timing, as the boat touches the sand, the police force launch a swift and decisive raid on the island, aiming to rescue as many as possible, and bring an end to the harrowing exploitation that had plagued their lives. In the aftermath of the island raid, a shocking revelation surfaces during the interrogation of a captured trafficker. Rocio, the missing sister, had been sold to El Alacrán, also known as the Scorpion. The investigation veers into unexpected territory, as the search for Rocio intensifies, an added layer of complexity to the mission. Upon discovering that Rocio is now in the hands of the notorious rebel leader El Alacrán, Tim's contact conveys the daunting reality that entering El Alacrán's territory is an exceedingly perilous task, even for the military. Undeterred by the risks, Tim refuses to abandon the mission. Vampiro proposes a daring plan, posing as missionary doctors, with the hope that El Alacron will allow doctors into his territory, to care for his people. Tim and Vampiro journey to the Noino province, adopting the roles of doctors and providing medical aid to the locals. Their objective is to spread the word about their presence, eventually securing entry into the territory. To their surprise, El Alacron accepts Tim's medical services, granting them an opportunity to search for Rocio. Within the heart of the territory, Tim discovers Rocio amidst a group mashing coca leaves for stuff. Under the cover of darkness, she is within El Alacron's hut. Tim reveals his plan to rescue her and bring her home. Their conversation, however, is abruptly cut short when El Alacron returns. Tim swiftly conceals himself, seizing the momentary distraction to navigate the treacherous path towards Rocio's liberation. As a tense confrontation unfolds, Tim finds himself locked in a struggle with El Alacron, but manages to overpower and defeat the notorious rebel leader. Seizing this opportunity, he hastily flees the village with Rocio, their escape met with the relentless pursuit of soldiers hot on their trail. Rocio wakes up to the comforting presence of her father, and the long-awaited reunion with her brother follows, leaving behind the harrowing captivity. The epilogue reveals that Tim Ballard testified before the United States Congress, which played a pivotal role in the enactment of laws mandating increased government collaboration with foreign nations in trafficking investigations. And it mentions the disconcerting reality that contemporary enslavement surpasses historical levels, in comparison to even the era when slavery was legal. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Turn on the notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out.